All right, we're live. Nothing much. So I figured we could start off by talking about the movie Untamed Heart, since that seems to be the theme today. What's your obsession with it?
My upset, I don't know, man. It just gets me. Something about that baboon heart touching some Marissa to my titties. I don't know. Christian Slater's such a, I don't know. Something about him. He's like such a pansy, but he's like, I don't know. He's funny.
Yeah, he used to be what you would consider probably a cool guy, probably back in the day, but you don't really hear too many like party stories from him. But you know he was there doing it.
Yeah, I don't know much about him. Like as a, yeah, I haven't heard any crazy stories. My favorite thing though is when he's in the movie Robin Hood and he gets like shot in the hand or something, and he gets all butthurt and like runs away crying. I forget why. I haven't watched the movie in forever, but he like something happens and Robin Hood shoots him in the hand, I think, and he's like, ah, and he goes running away crying. I don't know if you ever see him in the rest of the movie after that.
Yeah, it's yeah the Prince of Thieves. It's because he's he plays Will Scarlet, and it's basically Robin Hood's dad's bastard son that he had an affair with or something. So he's all
Oh, was that it? They're like brothers, and he didn't. Oh,
yeah. Robin Hood didn't know at that point, but Christian Slater tries to throw a knife at him, and he gets an arrow stuck in his hand because of it.
okay, that was it. I just remember like he randomly shows up, like Robin Hood fights Little John with like a bow staff on the river, and I just
Yep.
remember Christian Slater like singing some little poem. There wasn't no something in Nottingham. Can't remember how it goes. And then later he gets shot in the head and cries, and that was like his only part in the movie.
Oh wait, don't forget, he's also one of the guys hanging at the end.
Oh, okay. So he was in the movie more. Okay. So he gets
Yeah,
saved.
yeah. He's got enough of a role to be in the credits.
Dude, he's just like a court jester in that movie. He like sings a little song and laughs and then gets shot and gets and cries and then gets hung and
Yeah,
saved by the hero.
yeah. And then there's a part where he gets all super emotional and cries on Robin Hood too when he confesses
Uh,
that he's his brother.
I'd have to watch that again. That's a pretty good Christian Slater one too.
Yeah, you know what's classic about that movie is everyone has an accent in that movie. Even Morgan Freeman fakes some sort of an accent, but not Kevin Costner.
Uh, well,
Just a typical
Kevin Costner can only be Kevin Costner in movies.
yeah,
He's kind of like Ashton Kutcher or something, where like they can't do anything else but themselves.
yeah, pretty much. But I mean, Richard Gere did the same thing. Have you ever seen First Night with Sean Connery and
I
uh
vaguely remember it. Yeah, yeah.
yeah, he's like he plays in that movie and he everyone else has got this perfect English or Scottish accent, and here comes Richard Gere talking like an American. And I don't get it because he's done difficult accents before. I guess he just didn't have time to deal with you know, someone that trains people to do accents.
I'm pretty sure that movie is crap, so I think he was just taking a payday on it.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I liked it when I was a kid. It was a good movie.
Oh, was it good?
Yeah, I thought so. I mean, I bought it on VHS when I was like, I don't know, second grade or whatever. But I don't know.
My
It was
favorite
good.
Richard Gere movie is The Officer and a Gentleman or whatever.
Oh
Isn't
yeah,
that what it's called? Yeah, where he
yeah. That's
carries that chick out of bed.
yeah. But for the most part, that shows you the reality though of like his best friend killing himself over some bitch.
Yeah, I remember
Like
that was funny. Don't they
yeah,
like go like hook? They first they like all I remember about the movie is he like fights the sergeant, get his ass whipped. They like go party with chicks or something. Then his friend dies, and then something happens, and he like carries that chick away like he's kidnapping her. That's what I
yeah.
remember about the movie.
Well, the fight is at the end, but after his friend kills himself, but or some yeah, but it's been a while since I've seen it, but the gist of it I remember because the chick was so petty, like that caused the dude to kill himself. The only reason she didn't want to be with him and she lost value of him was because he was gonna leave the military to go and basically start a family with her and run his dad's supermarket or something like that. And she must have been
Uh,
like this fucking loser.
I don't know. I'd have to watch it again, but yeah, it was a good one.
Yeah,
Funny, unintentional
uh,
comedy.
yeah. Mayonnaise. Movie.
I don't
Movie.
remember that, but it sounds like it could fit in the movie.
Yeah. Well, his name is like Mayo, and the sergeant is always calling him Mayonnaise.
Oh yeah, I kind of remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah, some
Uh,
movies are unintentionally funny, just like Untamed Heart, where like, dude, this kid's like retarded. He's like a
yeah.
fucking creepy prowler that just happens to keep some guys from raping Tomei, and then she
Because he
like,
follows her every night.
yeah, he was just some creep. That's and he's like retarded too. All he can do is wash dishes. Can't do shit. He
Mhm.
lives in some like backdoor basement. She goes to this house, and I think I forget why she falls in love with him because he has like a record collection. She's like, oh, that's like cool. And then he like fills up her tits, but he doesn't know how to do it. He's like a retard. He's like, what? He's like Forrest Gump. Like, what the fuck am I doing? This feels interesting. And then
Yeah. I mean, you have to
starts
be
talking about his
pretty dumb.
baboon heart, and
Yeah.
then
You have to be
dies
pretty
after
dumb
like
to
a.
believe that you've got a baboon heart.
And what was the last game you saw? I can't remember if it was a hockey
It's
game or a
hockey.
soccer
Yeah.
game.
It's hockey
And he
because he
fucking
loves
like
hockey.
couldn't take it. Oh, my heart.
Yeah.
I'm sleepy.
That he does. You know what's funny is I saw that movie a long time ago, and uh, like when I was young, and for some reason I got it mixed up with Brendan Fraser. Like when I saw it next, like later in life, I was like, oh, it's Christian Slater. I thought it was Brendan Fraser for some reason.
He could have done it too, because he's a
Yeah,
goof. It could have been Encino Man and Untamed Heart.
yeah, might have been even better.
It probably would have, and that would have been an intentional comedy instead of like an unintentional.
Or what about Pauly Shore when he had his
Oh
hair?
jeez, the weasel.
When he's put up-
Was he
I
do?
just sit
I
here
can't
and
remember.
wash
It makes these
dishes,
noises.
buddy.
Oh yeah, yeah. That would have been cool to have Pauly Shore in there.
Yeah. Oh, nobody would have taken it serious at all.
I don't know why they take it serious with it the way it is,
You
but
know,
yeah, it's a good movie.
I was thinking about it before we started talking, and I think every movie where the main character loves hockey, it always ends in tragedy.
Okay. Oh, yeah, a Van Damme movie. What was that? Sudden Death? Isn't that there like a Van Damme hockey movie where you have to save a stadium?
Maybe. But the one I was thinking of is like At First Sight with Val Kilmer where he plays the blind guy that gets surgery. It's got Mira, what is her name? Servino or something like that. I don't know.
I never
She
saw
was
that
like,
one.
yeah. Oh, it's dumb. It's so dumb. My brother and I, we saw clips of it with my mom when we were young, and we just make fun of Val Kilmer all the time. I love
Uh,
hockey. Eh.
Kilmer, man.
Yeah,
That guy.
yeah, he's a tragedy. Have you seen him recently, like in interviews?
Um, yeah, well, I saw when he was, yeah, he was like, I don't know, he had some
He's got like
disease and he got real fat and he was weird, but now apparently he's gone back to more of a normal looking
yeah,
physique.
except for his he talks like this. My name's
Uh,
Val Kilmer.
well, he had like some kind of cancer, I think, or something.
Yeah, I think it was throat cancer.
So yeah, that messed him up. But at least he's looking a little more normal. He was looking
Yeah,
like Hamburglar or something.
yeah, but
Trying to think of his best movies, like Top Gun and Willow. I liked him in Batman, although the Batman was ridiculous, but it's funny. You still there?
yeah, I'm still there, still here. Uh, I
What
had
are you
someone
jerking
ask me
off?
a
What are you
question.
doing? You
No, I had someone
got
asking me a
that?
question. I just muted my mic real quick. That way, when it go on the show.
Oh, was it a good question? Are you at home?
Yeah, I'm at home. No, it was about compost. whether the compost had been picked up yet.
Oh, dang! You
Yeah,
can't be
for the
doing these with
compost.
people like listening in on you.
No, well, I'm outside.
Okay. Yeah,
You know?
Untamed Heart. What a beautiful movie.
Yeah, yeah. I might just have to watch it again. I haven't seen it in years.
Yeah, you should watch Before the Devil Knows You're Dead. That's Marissa Tomei's best nude scene.
I think I've heard of it. Who does it got in it?
It's got what's that guy's name? The guy that died, the fat guy with blonde hair that was in. What was that? Shit, I can't remember. He's been in so many fucking movies, and I don't even know his name now.
That
He
guy
was in
with
a
blonde
Long Came Polly. He was like the sidekick guy. Let me find a
hair.
movie with him.
Oh, okay. Philip Seymour Hoffman. I know.
Yeah, yeah,
I know what movie you're talking about. I know what movie you're talking about. It's got Ethan Hawke, and they basically
yeah,
rob their jewelry store, but accidentally shoot him, type thing.
yeah, yeah. And it's like
Yeah,
I can't remember the twist. There's some twist where it's like their parents' store they rob, and or I can't
yeah,
remember.
yeah. It was the parents' store, and because they were trying to get money, and turns out, Marissa Tomei is with Philip Seymour
She's with
Hoffman, which makes no
Well,
sense.
she was with both of them
Yeah,
at
she
some
was
point.
fucking the
Yeah,
brother on the side, and they were planning on leaving him high and dry.
yeah. It's a pretty
Yeah,
good drama, but she has a long topless scene, and she's got some nice tits in that.
are you still
It's
there?
an older Tomei.
Oh.
Oh, are you talking to somebody again?
Yeah, same thing with no, uh, it's uh the wrestler. That one's got a pretty good top listing with her too. The
Yeah, that
Vicky
one
Roy.
does, but that one's shorter and it's kind of like obscured by like strip club lighting and stuff. This one she's straight up just walking around topless and in panties. But it's the same age, so it's not like young Tomei. It's like that age of the wrestler.
Yeah, 40s, late 40s.
Hey, she looks better.
Yeah, she still carries herself pretty well.
Yeah, you seen the Spider-Man Homecoming where she plays Aunt May?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that she gives me weird vibes in that movie. Like I feel like she's like jerking him off
In the
screen.
frame. Uh, do you think it would be like a sweetheart type thing, like, or do you think she's just like being sexual about it? Like, he needs tension relieved, and he begs her, and so she's like, "Okay, sweetie," and just jerks him off. Or do you think it's like she really wants to do it, or she's just
I'd say
being
she
good at
really wants to, only because in the tabloids, apparently she dates really, really young guys exclusively.
She can. She can get away with
Yeah,
it now.
yeah, she goes for like those 20-year-old guys. But yeah, in the movie they don't feel like aunt and nephew. Like there's I don't know the way they interact. It feels like you
Because
can
they were
tell
fucking.
she's hot, and she thinks he's hot or something. But
It's because they were fucking.
maybe I don't know. But if even if not that, if you could kind of feel like that, I don't know, tension there maybe.
Yeah. What other what other actors and actresses do you feel like there's been a tension, an unspoken tension, off the top of your head?
Just like every movie made.
You think the guy that played Anakin Skywalker nailed Natalie Portman?
Oh well, even if they don't, they want to. Well, not every movie. Like How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days was on TV the other day. The Matthew McConaughey and Kate
Yeah,
Hudson, and I didn't feel like I felt like that was a. I mean, I felt that it was phony. I
like a
don't think they
forced
were.
proposal.
Yeah, yeah, they kind of like were like, okay, whatever, you're paying me, right? But sometimes, yeah, I think they probably want to get it on. But yeah, Anakin and Padme. I can't remember. I haven't watched that forever. That kid was awkward though. I don't know if he liked girls at all.
The the whatever dude, I can't remember his name.
Yeah, I
The
don't
guy,
know. Was
the guy that plays the older Anakin?
Yeah, yeah. He was.
Probably not, dude.
He gave off a little bit of gay vibes.
Yeah, but for some reason, chicks loved him. Like my ex girlfriend, she, I guess, had a crush on him or something. But
Oh, really?
I don't know.
Hmm. Oh, I don't know. I'm not a chick, so I don't know what they see.
Yeah,
I kind of thought he's like more like asexual or just like I don't know.
probably, dude. He's probably I wouldn't. It wouldn't surprise me if he was gay. Very private about it.
Oh, talk about sexual tension or maybe some kind of chemistry. You remember that fucking movie Easy A with Emma Stone? No, Roberts. No, what's her name? Stone.
Emma
Yeah,
Stone, I think. Yeah.
yeah. Her teacher in that, whatever that douchey guy's name is, that also played the Sandman and Spider-Man 3. I always felt
Oh
like
yeah.
they wanted to get it on. I don't think they did, but like when you watch the movie, I feel like I don't know,
Like he just wanted to nail her.
dude. He just want to hop over that desk and like just take her like Tommy Lee and Pamela, and then be gone.
Probably. There's a. It's funny. You don't hear too much about male teachers, uh, like hitting on their students anymore. I've seen story after story of female teachers though. There was this
Yeah, it seems to
one.
be.
There was this one. I think guys just wisened up and realized, oh shit, you can't fuck around. But females, they think because they've got a vagina, they'll get out of anything. But there was this one chick, I want to say in Florida, I think, that masturbated on Snapchat in front of a second grade class,
Oh shit!
visibly,
Oh my god!
visibly. She was a substitute teacher, and she
Dang.
was hot too. She was hot. It's like, where were all these teachers
So they
when they
were
were
in
doing?
class and she was on Snapchat,
Yeah,
or this
just
was like a virtual class.
in, I believe, in class. It happened at the
Oh,
school.
okay. So she did it in class, but put it on Snapchat for whoever was watching.
Yeah,
Oh man.
and kids could see it, everything. There was like statement from some of the parents about what their kids saw and stuff. But I, I, I understand for a second grader that, that's going to be traumatizing. But I mean, if that was a high school class, no guy would be complaining about that at all.
Yeah, second grade. What they don't even probably know what they saw. They're like, I don't know. I saw a
Really confused.
Krusty Krab patty or whatever the fuck that is from SpongeBob.
She was flicking her predator mouth. That's what they look like when you open them.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Sometimes worse. Sometimes that
Yeah.
predator's real.
Have you ever seen a one of those roast beef vaginas where it's got like all the lips and shit?
Well, only because of the internet, not in person.
Yeah, the ones that I've seen are the that I've personally gotten are always like the closed ones. You know what I mean? Just like that perfect line, and that's it. You open it up, and
Yeah.
that's where you find the treasure. There's nothing revealed or anything like that. Those are the types of pussies I like.
I think those are the
But
more. I think those are the normal. I think the roast beef are. I think they're kind
yeah,
of. They're like. Fuck. What am I trying to say here? I don't even know. You know how right now, like all the LGBTQ bullshit is getting like so much playtime. I think that's happening with roast beef. I think they're the minority, but they're just somehow because of social media getting like extra playtime more than what's their representation actually is in society.
yeah, it could be. I also think that the skinnier the chick is, the more likely she, from what I've seen, the skinnier the chick is, she's more likely to have all those lips and stuff. Just seems.
Oh, when she's skinnier, she has them.
That's what it seems like. Like all the skinny porn that I've seen, like when the chick's really skinny, it seems like she's got one of those
Oh, see, I thought
perfect.
it was gonna go the other way. I
No,
just assumed the heavier you
because I've
get.
always no, because I've always been with uh thicker girls, not morbidly obese or anything, but and they always had that nice pussy that I like. So maybe it's
See,
just
I went with skinny girls, and they've always been pretty cleaned up,
yep.
pretty held together.
Yeah, I'm gonna raise my standards these days, but I don't know.
Just raise them out of the ballpark. You just why be with a girl anyways? You know,
Yeah,
it's fucking talking you have to do, and like not that talking's bad, but we're talking about funner stuff than what chicks want to talk about. They want to talk about like a fucking Pier
Feelings.
1 basket and
Yeah.
like how that's going to make the living room.
Well, and also, just going shopping with them. Like you're expected. Like when you're single, like I've been single again for a month, and it's amazing how I can do whatever I want, and there's no one nagging me. There's no one bitching at me because I want to go, drink beer at the river or, you know, nice. You don't have to go and do a bunch of stupid shit like go thrifting anymore.
I'm with you. I mean, people claim that they meet these people that it's like they're their best friend, but I don't know. Best friends are always guys. It's just
Dude,
girls you just want to fuck, and then you got to
well,
do all this extra stuff.
you take away the sex, and is she really your best friend?
Yeah, I mean, guys claim they are, but I don't know. I haven't experienced that, so maybe I'm just
No,
some
because
kind of
you know what?
loser that I don't know.
No, because you know what happens? As soon as the sex dries up, they stop talking. Everybody stops talking to each other. And best friends, you and I have been talking just about every day for 2 years,
Yeah.
you know, and, about a little bit shorter than I've talked to my girlfriend, ex-girlfriend. And, we haven't lost interest in our friendship. So, I mean, I think you're right. Guys are always going to be your best friends. Like a woman can't be your best friend. You remove the sex
Could you
and
imagine if you told your girlfriend all the shit you told me? She wouldn't be your girlfriend anymore. That's the problem. You can't really be yourself. You can't like
yeah,
actually.
you can't.
You and I can even when we're not ourselves, you can just vent just to vent and bullshit just to bullshit. You tell a girl that, and she'll take it way too serious, and it'll be over. She'll think
Yeah,
you're a bad person.
yeah. There's also more. Yeah, every chick that I'm gonna level with you. I went on one date since I've been here, just one, and I wasn't
No,
impressed.
what are you doing? You hid
No,
this from me.
I've learned, dude. I went on just one date, and it wasn't like anything special. I wasn't gonna spend any money on her or anything like that. It was just coffee, and I was just hoping to get my dick sucked. That's all. Like I didn't want a relationship. She lives all the way over on in the other side of Portland. She lives in Beaverton. So to me, it was just like, yeah, maybe I'll get laid, and she's far enough that she won't hassle me. But when we met and stuff, it was just like I had to listen to like some bullshit, and I was myself. I just said, how it is, and she didn't. I could tell she wanted to like me, but she just didn't, and it's fucking fine because I felt the same way. Because she said some stupid shit the during the time that we were talking, about like we need to end the electoral college and yada yada yada, and
Oh god.
meanwhile she got these big tits just hanging right there, and I kept looking at them. I didn't apologize or anything, dude. I just smile and take a sip of my coffee and try to look back at her eyes, but my eyes kept going back towards her jug. It was funny, and she knew it too. She knew it, but and I didn't say sorry. I didn't say, oh, you know. I said one simple thing, and it was basically like, "You want me to listen to you? You got to quit distracting me." And I pointed right at her, and, and so I was just myself. And I guess it, like she said, uh, I think we just have personality differences, but I don't know if it's because I was nervous and blah 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 blah. And I haven't texted her or anything. I I like where I'm at right now. I've got so much shit I got to work on, anyways. I like the freedom.
I mean, the difference with you and me is you're like trying to get your dick sucked, but like I don't even try because I know that even the girls that say they only want like a one-time thing,
They want
don't.
more.
Yeah, and you hurt them.
Yeah.
Like I understand
Well,
that like that hurts people.
yeah,
So
and
you would
that's
have got your dick sucked, but like you would have been done with it, but she probably would have been like, I don't know, that cum
no.
would like go through her
I
body, and she would remember you and dream about you for like weeks.
Well, and that's another reason why I didn't do it was because I was like, you just said something that's kind of pretty telling. That you know, uh, you hurt people by doing that kind of stuff, and I don't want to hurt people either. You know. Because
Yeah.
I've been through that in some different forms, but or just being, feeling rejected and stuff, and it's not a good feeling. So for anybody
No,
listening,
most likely if you go on a date, the other, I mean, I don't know about you, but most people when they go on a date, a lot of people are looking for that relationship,
yeah,
and they toss in way too fast too. Like so many people, like they're like, I'm gonna start dating, and then like it's like the first person they're with, they would just like latch onto, and then they're with for like years. I'm like,
that's
I don't know.
that's what that dude that was my mistake. Like I would just go and have sex, and then I would get, attached to someone, or I'd feel like, okay, now we're, because I want to do this again. Now we're in a relationship, and it would last like a year, or
Oh,
two
they'll
years.
creep up on you. They'll creep on you. Like all of a sudden, they're like, yeah, all of a sudden it's like you're in deep, and they're like, I
Yeah,
love you. And like you can't, you have to like
you
lie and be like,
can't
yeah,
get
I
out
love you too, or something. I don't know.
of it. Yeah, and the funny thing is I've never given myself like breathing room, like just a level. N- and any people that can hear this might judge and be like, that guy's dumb. I never got any breathing time, like between relationships, because I think after
Oh,
my
you're one of
divorce,
those guys.
yeah, I think after my divorce, dude, I think I just, because when you're with someone and you get build a family and all that stuff, you try to fill it back up. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
'cause I got so used to having someone, and before that, I didn't have anybody. I was single for years, but I just forgot how to be single and just be on my own. And so I think this is like the perfect opportunity. Like this time around, I've learned like I just gotta build my empire and launch my kings into the toilet like a damn man. That's all I can do.
Yeah, sounds good by me. Of
Yeah.
course.
Well, you'd endorse any guy being single.
Oh hell yeah, yeah. This is all just I mean, no, I mean, I think you could be with somebody. I don't know about all this getting married and like signing papers with the government and like
Uh,
having your ass on the line and stuff like that.
yeah, I'm vehemently opposed to marriage now. My ex would always talk about it, and I would just say, look, we can have a love ceremony. We can have, there's plenty of people that just have the ceremony. You can have your princess party because that's what it's all about, right? Just having the
Oh man,
princess.
that's terrible.
Well, at this time we were together for like a year and stuff, and it was just me saying, you know, yeah, we can do that, but why do we
No,
have
I
to?
understand. I'm just saying it's terrible that girls grow up like their whole lives
Yeah.
waiting to
Well,
have
and they
this
think,
one big party like this. It's like it's so terrible.
well, and that's the thing. Girls are raised nowadays to want to get married, but they don't want to be wives. They just want that one day. And they also want to have a guy's balls with a legal document. And that's
Yeah.
it. They think that once they get married, they're going to control everything. And then they find out that relationships are a two-way street. They can't control everything. You can't boss a guy around, and they lose respect for a guy that they can boss around anyway. So it's always a lose-lose situation. I don't think that, for the most part, and I think the science is starting to back me up. I don't think that long-term monogamous relationships are really possible unless you force them.
Yeah.
'Cause,
I
I
don't
think,
know. Yeah, I think they used to be maybe, or people seem to do better about it, but
oh, it's because,
they weren't on their
yeah,
phone on like Instagram looking
exactly.
at thirst traps for hours.
Yeah, and even a married woman, there's always every married woman, for the most part, unless I've even seen this with older women, like you know, my ex's mom did the same thing. Um, they always have someone waiting in the wings. They always have someone being flirty, but who's just a friend. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
And guy. That's not to say that guys don't do the same thing, but I think it's easier for women to have that person waiting and orbiting around than it is for guys. You know, and
Well, yeah,
from
because the guy wants sex and the woman wants like emotional. So
yeah,
she can keep that guy orbiting because she's getting more because
yeah.
she's getting that emotional thing. Where the guy,
Well,
it's hard to keep him hanging around because you just want the sex. So like, it's I don't know,
yeah,
it's harder to.
but those guys, especially the hotter the chick is, they'll just stick around and be that friend. And you won't believe what my husband did today. well, why don't you invite me over for coffee and we can talk about it? I'm married. I can't have you over. It's just a cup of coffee. And then the next thing you know, they're banging. And then she wants a divorce.
Yeah,
And that's
yeah,
how it always fucking goes, dude. In every relationship that I've seen that, and in my own experience where the chick says she needs space, it's never just for her to grow as a person. She's got someone else lined up. That's how it always goes. They just monkey branch, just to the
yeah.
next guy.
Well, I told you I was part of an affair. I was the other
Yeah,
guy.
yeah.
Yeah. I don't know
It
if I
went.
destroyed it. I don't know. I never found out what happened with them.
Yeah. Well, I remember you said you started to feel bad, so you backed out.
Yeah, yeah. Well, no, I mean, I figured. Well, I could tell after a while. Not at first because I was too horny, but I could just tell that she was just playing me just as bad as her husband. I mean, I was getting
Yeah.
the sex, so I guess I was getting the better end of it, but and I wasn't getting cheated on because I was aware of what was happening, but yeah, she was just playing us all around, and yeah,
Yeah. Well,
I started to feel
the
bad.
funny thing is, eventually, if you would have gotten trapped in a relationship with her, she would have done the same thing to you.
Oh hell yeah, yeah,
There's good women out there. They're just really hard to find. It's just like for the women that look for good guys, they're just hard to find, and they're usually not the ones that the women want. Is typically how it goes.
and I think the problem too would be hard to find. Plus, I mean, I don't know how it used to be, but I feel like people change a lot, and it's
Yeah,
hard to find something that you can change with, where you're changing. I don't know
yeah. You just
what would
start.
that word be? Complementary changes
Yeah,
where it's not, yeah, antagonistic. So
that's why you got to find. I think I think people that tend to last usually find each other later in life because at that point you're kind of settled in your ways. There's not really any changing except for maybe a new hobby here and there. But I don't
I don't know why are
know.
we on this because I'm not trying to get anything anyways.
Yeah,
So if other people want to go down that road, that's fine. That's go for it.
yeah,
Learn your lessons. But
yeah. So, what do you got planned for the summer?
I don't know, just a day at a time. But today I ate breakfast and then had coffee and watched Batman Beyond, and then I watched some of the Batman the 1960s TV show because I've been
Any good?
watching Ultraman, and that
Mm,
kind of got me back into like, I need to watch more Batman because those old shows are like they're kind of like Danger Five, but Danger Five is really in your face. This is more just like unintentional, but it's hilarious. So yeah, I watch that, and then now we're doing this. I don't know. I just go a day at a time. I don't have any plans.
yeah, neither do I. I get my kids for the next 2.5 weeks, so it'll probably just be filled
Oh
with
my,
working and entertaining them. Yeah,
I
yeah,
don't
it'll be
envy
my
that.
summer.
Yeah, I
That's
can't
not bad.
imagine just entertaining fucking kids. Ugh.
Yeah, they're the thing is, I I hate other people's kids. Well, I wouldn't say hate, but they get on my fucking nerves. Like usually other people's kids, I could give two shits about. Unless it's
Yeah,
like a
that's what
niece
everybody
or
says. Yeah.
something like that, a niece or a nephew. But for the most part, other people's kids annoy the shit out of me. But for my kids, I think there's something biologically uh, ingrained into parents to make them not want to kill them.
Yeah.
I think that's probably what it is. Yeah, I get whenever I'm around, they start to piss me off. They'll do something that will, fill me with that dopamine rush of being like, "Oh," to keep me from grabbing a rock and just beating them to death.
It
But
just
my
sucks
kids
because
aren't that
like when they're over there, now you got to watch fucking like Disney and like I don't know, they'll be watching Nickelodeon and you can't watch the shows you want. And then you're like, I'd like to go eat at like whatever fast food place you like, whatever. But then if you go with kids, it's going to be like fucking $40.
bad. Yeah, I just
You
give them
can't,
Happy Meal.
yeah, I don't know. And then like to go out to McDonald's, they're like crying because somebody can't find their shoe and some shit. And then somebody has a runny nose and like sneezing all over your shit. I don't know.
That
I don't
does
know how you
happen.
do it.
I
What?
don't know, man. You just get used to it. When I think like my daughter when she was a baby, you always see like in the movies where the baby's like crying and colicky and just won't shut up. They just scream and scream and scream. My daughter was the complete opposite. The only time she would cry is if she needed a diaper changed or a bottle, and other than that, she was completely content. She was like the easiest baby in the world, and um, like we would sit there and we would put on stuff for her, and she would just pretty much she was just super independent. So I think she made it easy. My son, on the other hand, was is a bit of a handful at times, but he's good. So
No. Wait until your daughter's like 16 and dating, blowing
yeah,
some
that's when
dudes
it
in the
will
back of
change.
like some
Oh,
truck.
hell no, hell no. I'll beat I'll beat whoever. You
Swallow
know.
their jit. She's like, "Give it to
Uh,
me. I just want to date." And he's like, shoots his load, and he's like, "Oh no, I think we could just be friends." And she's gonna come crying to you.
yeah, and then I'd be going out hunting the son of a bitch.
Come on her lips. She'll be like,
Oh,
"I thought he loved me. I thought he loved me."
uh, no, 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 no. My daughter's an angel. She won't be like that.
Uh huh. Uh huh.
I
Every
hope
woman you've met is somebody's daughter.
not. Yeah, yeah. I really hope she's not like that. But uh, I mean, it gets to a point where all you can do is just hope for the best.
And then once your son gets to like, I don't know, fifth, sixth, seventh grade, something, he's gonna be destroying all the socks that he owns. Like, Dad, I need more socks. What happened to the last fucking pair I just bought? Oh, I don't know. I must have lost them.
I mean, okay, I got something for you, man. Uh, my cousin Christian. Uh, he we knew him growing up. We'd just go to Texas and see him, and he lived in Garland, which is a suburb outside of Dallas. And
Yeah.
we would go there because that's where we were from and all that stuff. I was born in Dallas, and we would go see them, and he seemed like a normal enough kid. And then after a few years, we stopped going there, as much, just because life being as it is. My dad just didn't take us down to Texas that often. It would just be like for the moment trips here and there throughout our life. But we'd start hearing stories about what Christian was up to. This kid,
Okay.
yeah, get ready to go down the rabbit hole of like depravity. This kid,
Oh, okay.
the stories we heard, uh, he's a wild one. Bipolar. Uh, he used to steal his mom and sister's underwear, and he would go. Uh, they basically just found like a bunch of their dirty underwear in his closet.
Oh
Like,
shit. I thought you were gonna say he
yeah,
sold them. No, he
no,
soiled them.
he,
Oh man.
he soiled them. Yeah, their underwear. Then on top of it, he they found a note in his locker. Someone turned him in that he was going to do a school shooting. He tried to stab my uncle, and my uncle actually went to jail because he kicked him to stop him from
Oh geez.
stabbing him. Yeah, and um, then as he went along and stuff, it was said that he was gotten into drugs and stuff, and then all of a sudden Christian seems to be doing okay. Well, I looked him up a couple couple months ago, and just on Google because he's not on Facebook, and the motherfucker had a meth lab in his apartment in California, and it was like, it was a apartment in a home in a suburb that he was renting, and it's just there's trash everywhere, there's bottles everywhere, there's flammable materials everywhere, and the funny thing is that all the commoners started noticing was that there was a bunch of fruity pebble boxes lying around. So basically, he was making meth and eating fruity pebbles. But yeah, he's looking at child endangerment because of the flammable materials. He's looking at, all these different charges, and he's probably going to be in prison for like 5 years at least. At least.
It's crazy.
Yeah, he's got some issues, and you know he he also like raped someone in our family, another male. So
Oh, geez.
yeah, so he's really sick. He really sick. Um, I don't know, man.
But
Like,
God is good. God is in control of everything, right?
that's what they say. That's what they say.
I know. I'm just
But
messing with you 'cause of your family.
yeah, yeah. That's the thing is how do you answer stuff like that? With
Yeah. There's no
you know,
mistakes with God, so
yeah,
God must have wanted that.
yeah. He must have wanted this canny stealing, meth cooking, child raping dude to, I don't know, man. There's a lot of sick people in the world, and luckily there's a lot of good people in the world too, kind of counterbalance it. But even the good people are shades of good.
Yeah.
I don't know. I typically tend to think that the ones that appear to have their shit together the most and appear to be like it's like the Trinity killer, in Dexter.
Yeah.
It's he's going and doing like all these things like building homes for the poor and all this other shit and like, feeding the homeless and doing all this, blending in. And I think it's the
Oh,
people that
so the
are
real
like
maniacs
that.
are at the church.
I think so. I think that there's a lot of like, I think that the people that appear to outwardly to be the best usually have the biggest skeletons in their closet. I think.
Yeah, it's hard to know because I don't go searching out skeletons.
No,
Plus,
neither
they're
do
hard to
I.
find. So,
Well, and someone that good that could hide their shit that good is probably going to hide those skeletons pretty well too.
I mean, even if you think back to when you were married or when I lived with somebody, I never found skeletons. So either they're not there or, I don't know. And
Yeah, I
even
mean,
I
I
don't have I don't even
like,
think I have skeletons. I watch
yeah.
Baywatch and shit. That's probably like
I
that's
mean,
probably my most worst thing I probably do. I don't know. At least right now.
well, we're we're both guys, and every guy jerks off. Every guy, for the most part, looks at porn, and as long as it's like the normal stuff, you know, I don't think that that's like a skeleton or makes you sick because
Well,
you
that's what I mean.
appreciate
That's
real
like.
porn.
I mean, I guess my worst skeleton would be like ideas of killing people, but I don't. I clearly know the difference between thinking about it and like acting on it.
Yeah.
So I
Well,
don't
and I
know.
think
I don't know.
everybody has those kinds of fantasies. It's and that's all they are. Everybody has different shit. Like whether it's like someone who fantasizes about killing their boss or robbing
I
a
don't think
bank.
they're necessarily fantasies. Like I think they could be acted on, but the conditions the conditions are favorable to being compliant. Like if shit went crazy bad all of a sudden and there's like no food and no clean drinking water, I mean shit would get bad real quick and all those
Yeah,
fantasies would be a
reality.
lot of people could probably kill people, yeah. But
Yeah, I think a lot of people could kill people, but I think it would take a mental toll too on normal people. See, that's the thing is normal people like you and I, we've got enough of a conscience to not do that kind of stuff. But if the
well
shit
that's
hits
where
the fan,
the
then we
extreme
have to.
situation comes in.
Yeah.
The
I
extreme
mean, if
situation will make your conscience not as bad about it.
no, because then it's just survival.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm
So
sure if it came down to it, if I had to feed my family, I would, you know, have someone have no problem beating someone to death with a rock if it meant me or them.
yeah, and that's it. That's how it is. So I don't
Oh
know.
yeah, even the weakest person in the world, you know, like just Poindexter would become a hardened killer in that situation just to survive.
I was trying to like picture like a Poindexter in my head with like Rambo red bandana on. Like,
I mean, it would be a
I
really
couldn't get
nerdy
like a
dude. It would be like the Shermanator. walking around with an AR-15 is what I'm picturing. It'd be like the Columbine kids. They fucked some shit up and they were complete nerds. But,
Yeah, yeah,
you know, a gun is the great equalizer. So,
yeah. No, they broke contract. Had
mm,
they broke that contract under different circumstances, it wouldn't have gone the same because nobody else was prepared. Had it been,
no, if it had been even, just give all the students a gun, those kids would have been gone.
yeah, yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. What do you think? Do you think the shit's gonna hit the fan soon? Do you think we're like in a bubble that's about to burst?
I don't know. I mean, I kind of feel like people have thought that all throughout time, and it'd be
Yeah,
really, on some hand, it'd be really cool to see it all. I mean, because it's gonna kind of suck to just like grow old and die, like
yeah,
just retire and everything's just whatever, and then you're like, and croak. So it seems kind of cool to have like a huge
something.
historical time-ending disaster that you're a part of. Because at least when you die, even if you only make it a month, like that'd be a cool death and like
Well, and I think,
noteworthy.
yeah, and I mean, I honestly believe, dude, like most people don't live life. They don't, and I know I'm probably one of those people. I'm trying to, give myself some struggles, and I've got different things that I'm gonna be doing over the next year, a couple of years, just to make myself better. But
But if that is that living a life, like even making yourself better, like, I don't know what is living a life.
well, to me, it's giving yourself struggles because I don't think you can appreciate life unless you're,
Yeah,
you
but
know,
that's bullshit. Like I was
I
homeless
don't,
for a long time, and people love to talk about, oh, like struggles make you this, and then they don't take on real, like they want to take on controllable things they can call struggle. Like they don't want to take
yeah.
on real struggle. They want
Well,
to take on something controlled that they can call. I don't know. I
what
don't
I'm
buy into
talking
that.
about is just like obstacles, goals, not like necessarily like going and sleeping on the streets. That would fucking suck. Yeah, I've done that in the past myself, sleeping in a car in the cold when I worked at a snow resort or a ski resort in Central Oregon, and it fucking sucked. The only thing you got to keep you warm is whiskey and a sleeping bag, and it's not fun. But what I'm talking about is like getting back into doing MMA, going to the gym, doing things to just make myself a better version of myself. And
I'd love to know why nowadays, when people talk about like being their best self or being like, I don't know, why is it always coming back to lifting weights nowadays and like MMA? Like if you went back to like
well,
1970, it would be nothing about the
no,
gym. Like if you wanted
it'd
to
be
better
like
yourself, it'd
fixing
be
your
something
car,
totally different.
be fixing your
Yeah,
Trans Am and doing all
it's
that
just
shit.
all a trap. Like everything is just like the same
Well,
nonsense. I just think it's
well,
funny that nowadays everything's about the gym. It's the gym's such a
well, yeah, I think it's just because, uh, like because obesity is so is so rampant. Uh, it's like 70% of the population is obese, and then you see rises of depression and all that stuff. And so to me, it's uh it's just about going there and getting healthy, and then the MMA thing is it's just always I've always been interested in martial arts since I was a kid, but my mom could never afford it. And, you know, I've, I'm not into karate. I'm not, into taekwondo. I'm not in fifth grade and I don't care about yellow belt, but I really like Muay Thai just because it's just I don't know, there's something about that fighting style that intrigues me, and it's just a great way to release some endorphins. And so to me it's about just changing my habits because I've drank and smoked and done different forms of nicotine and tobacco. I'm 35. I started smoking when I was 15, started drinking when I was 15, and it's just like this isn't working
started
anymore.
fucking when I was 15.
Yeah, I started fucking when I was 15. I just started doing all those things when I was 15, and it's just kind of like I've gotten tired of that routine, and I
So you
think
think the drinking and smoking got you laid?
no,
Or I mean, you
I
think, oh, to
no,
like be cool or something?
I no, well, I just what it was all my friends were older, a couple of years older than me, and you know, they thought I was cool enough to hang out with them, and I thought they were cool at the time, and they were just doing all this shit. And luckily I never got into hard drugs. I saw a lot of my friends get into meth and stuff, and luckily I'd always be taken away for summers with my dad, and I'd return, and then another friend would get on meth that I was hanging out with, and if I would have just been there hanging out with them too, I might have gotten into it, but I was lucky in that regard. But I don't know, just health is important. I want to get my finances in order. I think this is just you
Well,
know,
being a bachelor would be good for those finances. Let me tell you,
yeah.
you'll get that shit together.
Well, yeah, that's the whole idea, man, just figuring out what the hell um it is that I want to do with my life and then just doing it, and um the best version of myself. Yeah, that sounds pretty cliche, but you know, not not many people actually go after it. They get all these plans, they just talk about it. They don't put in any effort. As gay as it might sound, I've got a couple self-help books, not really, but they're not like, touchy feely, stuff. It's like one's called Psycho Cybernetics, and it's supposed to be pretty good that I'm digging into. Uh and then just looking into a lot of stoicism. That way I can, you know, kind of not go with my emotions so much. I can kind of take things as they are, and so it's I don't know. I just basically just want to kind of figure out who the fuck I am this year and just do cool shit.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta do something while you're alive. Or
Yeah.
no, you don't have to, but
Well, and to circle back to what we were talking about, I think the reason that would be good, like the fall of society would be good for people, is because a lot of these people who aren't living their lives are just going day to day, clocking in at their job, then going home, you know, watching TV, and that describes pretty much all of us. Watching some TV, maybe they go on their social media, they look at people, you know, they look at the highlight reels of other people's lives and they think that their lives are somehow better than their own, when in truth, everybody's just living the same mundane existence. But I think if you were to take it all away and people actually had to go out and fight to like survive, a lot of people would die. But those who would rise to the occasion would probably feel more alive. Even the ones who died within a month, like you and me, would feel would probably feel more alive in that month than they had ever in their entire life, because you would just be, you know, I mean, a Walking Dead situation. You're not going to take any moment for granted in that situation. You're going to be like appreciative for any moment you can get the fuck away from zombies, or cannibals, or whatever, or
I
just
guess the only I don't know if it's a downside, but I don't know. The only thing with that would be if they're fighting to survive, they're fighting with the hope of reinstating their life as it was. That's the thing.
yeah,
Like even when like the struggles I've been through, like it doesn't change you. Like you don't just like when things go real shitty, you don't just die. You just deal with it. But then it doesn't. You're still like the same person. You can like go
yeah,
back to either of their lives. So it's not going to change people. They'll be fighting to get back the status quo again. I mean, yeah, they'll feel more alive, but they might feel alive with the pain and struggles, and they would on a dime toss everything to go back. So I don't know. But yeah, it'd be fun just to I don't know. It seems like a nicer death, like a more important death of just like disappearing one day and having like a nobody know, have 10 people at
yeah.
your funeral.
Or just having being in a nursing home surrounded by uh caregivers that don't speak English that well.
Yeah.
I've seen that. I've seen that. That's Yeah, I agree. I don't want to get cancer. I don't want to die old, like old. And if I do die old, I want it to be quick. Either way, I just want something quick.
Yeah.
Something that I won't feel too much pain. You know, if I have to feel pain, then it's maybe like, you know, a couple of minutes rather than a few hours in a hospital. But I don't know. One of the things I'm grateful for is that we have euthanasia here, or we have, yeah, you can be euthanized in the state of Oregon if you're terminally ill.
Okay.
So there was like, as sad as it was, there was this terminally ill woman who moved here with her family just that way she could be put to sleep here. She scheduled it to where she had like really bad cancer. She scheduled it to be like the a couple days after Thanksgiving, just that way she could have one last Thanksgiving with her family.
Yeah, I
And
don't blame her. I mean,
yeah, they did
doctors
a big article
doctors will
on it.
make you hold on to like the yeah, you might be begging for death and doctors will try to hang you on for more weeks and more weeks and
Yeah. I mean, there just comes a certain point where you can't fight it anymore. You know, you're too tired and stuff, and you know it's inevitable. So what's the point of going and getting a bunch more chemo and having my family pay for more stuff and trying to get more money and worrying about bills? That's a sad place to be.
yeah.
But
Yeah, some kind of apocalypse would change all that because those people would be gone instantly.
yeah, there would be no more chemo, no more medical. It'd just be at that point only the strong survive.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with everything. I don't know if we're going to be in another lockdown or like I don't know if things in the winter is going to get bad. I have no idea.
I
Nobody
feel like
knows.
I feel like with Biden being the president, they're gonna try to make it smoother. That way they can be like, oh, look at how much we did. Look at how much we've accomplished. Whereas if Trump was still in office, I think they'd be still playing little fuck games, trying to keep everything shut down to make him look worse than he was.
Well,
But
you had COVID and survived, so
yeah, it wasn't that bad.
you don't really yeah you don't have to worry. You know how you handle it, so you're pretty much good.
Yeah, and my stepdad had it, and he was the worst out of all of us. He actually had to be hospitalized for a few days, and came back home on breathing treatments and stuff. But he's recovered, and um, so I know that it can get bad, but I think for him it got bad because he didn't go in. He didn't go into the hospital and get help before it got too bad.
Yeah.
So, and he was still working. He was still trying to do, not like at work and stuff, but he was trying to do things, to keep himself occupied rather than resting. So, and I mean, I did the same thing, so I can't really, you know, my first day of isolation, I came out and mowed the lawn. So, the first day sick with COVID.
Beat the meat to
Yeah.
till it's
I mean,
bleed.
it wasn't that bad. And, the only thing that I still have, and it's probably because I've been still smoking, and I was smoking during the time that I had COVID. That's right. I was smoking cigarettes while I had COVID, and I didn't die. But I think because I started smoking because I got bored while I had COVID, it hasn't helped this cough that much. I still got a cough, but I think at this point it's just a smoker's cough and just residual. I think if I quit, then which I'm going to today because I don't smoke around my kids, so it'll give me 2.5 weeks of just I got some chew and to help me get through the first day, and then I'm just gonna be done.
Oh, you dip in front of them?
Yeah, they don't really notice. So it's just
Yeah.
pouches and stuff, pretty discreet. But probably
You
just
don't
gonna
think
buy.
they notice until your son's what, 15 and dipping?
No, no, but that's
I
the thing.
learned it from watching you, Dad.
Yeah, I want to quit everything and just be done. But it's a struggle.
Yeah, I
But
never got into smoking or I don't even drink very much.
yeah, it's they're bad habits, man. And there's a reason. I people will say that tobacco companies don't target kids. Bullshit. They all target kids because adults won't get started into those habits typically. Like someone your age is not just going to go pick up smoking just to see what it's like.
Yeah.
Typically, they're targeting kids. That's why they got like all these fruity flavored vapes now and all these, you know, delicious looking nicotine pouches and stuff. And So I don't know. All those things are bad. So I'm uh, I'm gonna be done. Just I just need to chew for a couple days because I like my teeth too much to continue chewing, and
Hmm.
then just call it quits. Just get out of the habit. Once I get out of the habit, because I've quit for the most part before, but then I'll work with smokers, and then I'll be like, oh, okay, can I have one? For a long time I didn't even smoke. I just vaped, but um, I find that as soon as I get around smokers, then I'm wanting it again. But now where I work, I'm working alone and nobody else smokes, so it'll be easy. I'm stuck in a house for 12 days and not able to go to the store, so or it's not 12 days, 12 hours. But
I was gonna say 12 days.
yeah, I mean my check would be good, but yeah, uh,
Well, have you been watching anything new?
uh,
Because you always buy these fucking movies and you never watch them.
yeah, it's because I haven't hooked up. I've just been lazy, so I haven't hooked up my PlayStation yet. But I'm gonna do that today because my kids like to use it, and um, we don't really have a DVD player here, so I've just kind of watched movies on. I've watched a lot of Two and a Half Men lately. Like I'll just
That's a good
sit
show.
at night, yeah, and I'll just watch Two and a Half Men. Um, Another show I like that I watched a couple episodes of the other day is Alaskan Bush People. I don't know why, I just get a kick out of that show.
Dude, those shows you just gotta avoid because they will somehow. Those shows will like rope you in, and it's just
Yeah.
nonsense to even watch.
Oh yeah. Well, and it's all scripted and shit, and you know, but it's just I don't know. It's funny to me. My brother turned me on to that show years ago. I went and visited him, and he was like, "Dude, you gotta watch Alaskan Bush People. They're hilarious." And so we started watching it, and I don't know. They're just funny people.
Yeah, I mean, I shouldn't say those shows are bad. I guess I think it's bad because whenever it almost took me at one point, and it'll just you can just watch so many episodes. It feels like, and
Yeah,
like Discovery Channel play it all fucking day, and so like you waste. Yeah,
all
time will
day.
just slip through your fingers for me.
Yeah.
But
Well, I mean, you got to watch it in small doses too, because eventually it just becomes the same thing over and over. Like,
yeah,
they're always struggling, they're always rushing to finish some project before something happens, you know, and it just, the plot never really changes.
well, that show and like shows like 90 Day Fiance or Wife Swap,
Yeah,
I just can't even turn them on because I'll lose too much of my day. Where like if I watch a movie, at least the fucking Blu-ray ends and stuff. So like
yeah,
it releases me. Where like some of
yeah.
those shows like I can't
I
even
got
do.
I got hooked into 90 Day Fiance when my sister was here a couple of years ago. I came up and um, we
It's
were
just a
both
train wreck. It's
in here.
trash.
Yeah, well, and it's that it's it can just be funny at times too. Another show she was watching was uh Love and Lockup or something like that, about people that fall in love with prisoners and stuff.
Oh
And
jeez.
yeah, I mean that's an even worse train wreck. It's like they just try to find these, people, like obviously in America, they'll find people that want to find a foreign bride or foreign husband because they can't find anybody here. So they're obviously, losers. And then that's just bound to be a train wreck typically. And
Yeah.
then, same thing with people who get married to someone in prison. Typically, there are exceptions, but typically it's going to be a train wreck. And you can
Yeah.
see it.
If you want your partner, if you like, I feel like the person that, not that they want their partner locked up, but they like that that partner is somewhere controlled where like they
Oh yeah,
can't leave or move, and you'll know about everything happening, and then you're sort of like their savior, bringing them cookies and whatnot and
yeah.
conjugal visits.
Well, they don't have conjugal visits in Oregon.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. My stepdad was in prison for 22 years. He didn't get out
Dang.
until yeah, we I met him when I was in 5th grade and he didn't get out until 2012. And, when he got out, I was kind of worried that, he'd slip back into old habits and, do the wrong thing by my mom and stuff or just hurt her. And he's been out for almost 10 years and he's a better guy than, most people who've never been locked up. He's a hard worker. He's the head of security at his church because they trust him. You know, he's got that because he was in prison for so long. He's kind of got that prison mentality a little bit. But
I was gonna say, does this support or deny your that the people that make it look like they have the most together are the ones with the most things in their closet? Isn't that what
no,
you
because
said earlier? Like the
no, because
churchgoers are the ones you got to really watch out for.
no, he because he he's pretty easy to read. He is who he is, and he's got a lot of mistakes and baggage in his past. So it's not like he's not hiding anything. He's actually pretty
No, I'd agree. Most people are pretty good.
well, and he's pretty boring. I was gonna say he's pretty boring and predictable. It's not
Yeah,
like he goes to work, then he comes here, he obsessively waters the lawn, and just does a bunch of stuff. But the important thing is he's really good to my mom, and he's always been really good to my mom. And
he eats that
you know,
pussy, huh?
I guess they're both kind of older, so
Laps it up. Does turn the lights out?
ugh. Yeah, but I don't know. Ugh. It's like, oh man, that reminds me of my sister showed up with her boyfriend the other day, and she was helping my mom clean up the house and stuff because they're gonna get it re revalued. I think they're gonna have someone appraise it, and because the housing prices here have just gone sky high, so they're wanting to get a reappraisal and possibly move. But she was in these fucking like short shorts, and her part of her ass cheek was hanging out, and I was like, Katie, pull up your pull down pull down your shorts that way it's not like hanging out. And her boyfriend laughs, and I'm just like, dude, like I was just like, it's fucking disgusting, like he may
Oh,
like it.
he's like in the show though, huh? You probably
Yeah,
told
and
her to wear those.
I was just like, dude, you gotta, just because your boyfriend likes it doesn't mean anybody else is going to.
But that was
Because
the only way she get him to go. You know how it is when you're a boyfriend. She's like, "You gotta come help me do this." And he's like, "Fuck that." And she's like, "Well, I'll
no,
wear those shorts you like." It's like, "Okay, baby."
no, this dude is so pussy whipped, it's not even funny. But we went to the river together, my sister, the boyfriend, myself, and her daughter, and it was cool, for a while. There was a lot of people there, and it was a good spot and stuff, and people were friendly until, and he had said that he was going to light off some firecrackers. But I thought he was just gonna have like some little cherry bombs or something. No, this motherfucker had real legit firecrackers, like
Oh, he's not
line.
sounding pussy whipped anymore.
No, well, she lets him do certain things. He's like just kind of immature, but he had drank like 3 beers, and I guess he's a lightweight. He goes up there, and I don't think anything of it. I'm thinking, okay, it's just gonna be like a cherry bomb, and then all of a sudden you just hear, uh, just crack, 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 crack. And one of the girls that was next to us in this group, like, motherfucker, and then starts like running up there and like just
Why'd she
yelling
care?
at him because she gave us some sob story about and you could hear her yelling at it, about if there's a fire, we won't be able to get out, blah 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 blah, because it's a woodsy area, So I get their point, and then this white knight dude, that had a mullet and some shades, went up there, and the dude was her boyfriend was like, arguing with them and stuff because he was, drunk and stuff, and he comes down and everybody's like yelling at him. Everybody in our area is yelling at him, and he's
Because they're
yelling
all worried
back,
about forest fire.
I guess, or just people getting hurt or something. I see their point, but to me it was like it's not
I mean, it
that
wasn't
big.
like they weren't shooting like at you guys, right?
No, he just set them on the ground in a clear area and just lit them off, and they were, you know, hippie. There's hippie tree huggers here, dude.
I was gonna
That's
say
just
they
what it
got like a river full of Karens or something.
is. Yeah, pretty much. And they were just like everybody was yelling, and I had to intervene because I could tell that a couple of the dudes were gonna try to, one of them. Well, I'll get to that part. Anyways, I knew that I had to intervene, so I yelled at him. Like I just said his name, and I was like, dude, shut the fuck up, or I will fucking end you. And then he just gets butthurt, grabs his shit, and leaves. And, basically, at that point, I went up to the guy with the mullet, and said, hey, thanks for not kicking his ass and all this other shit. And, shook hands. He was like, no problem, blah, 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 blah. And I was like, I don't think he realizes we're not 15 anymore and that there's families here and stuff, just trying to smooth things over. And then I go over to the chick and, and basically her story was that she had to rescue animals from this fire and this
Oh
huge fire
yeah.
in Montana.
And
And
that
she
mullet
basically,
guy probably went that night and set off fireworks.
yeah, probably like he was just trying to impress chicks, is what it came down to. He wasn't pissed off.
Yeah.
Well, he did say that, and the guy had a daughter. His brother, he was there with his brother, and he had introduced himself earlier. He did say that his brother, he was pretty much the voice of reason. So I think he was intervening that way his brother wouldn't try to kick his ass.
And this chick that saved animals, she was probably on TikTok and saw something about a fire and animals. Probably
Yeah.
lying her ass off.
Oh yeah.
Probably saw one video one day, and that was just like that morning, and she was like on a crusade against
Either
fire. And
that,
then
either that, or she just loaded up a couple animals outside of a fire zone to evacuate.
yeah,
But
and then that night she's camping with those guys, and while she's being double stuffed, she's like, "Why don't you
yeah,
start the campfire? I'm a little cold." They probably light up this fucking bonfire.
yeah, that's
She's
exactly
probably
how it
full
goes.
of it.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, most people are, dude. Most people that do that virtue signaling, and I made a joke at her expense, and my sister was like, "John, no, no," because at first I didn't realize that everybody was as tense as it should have, as I felt it was over exaggerated, So uh, she was talking about that as Ryan was walking back, at the top. She was talking about those poor animals and blah 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 blah, and how she had to do that, and I just made the remark, I served in Vietnam too. And then my sister was like, John, no, because I was like, kind of getting like you're being a little too dramatic.
See,
But
your
then,
sister's boyfriend should have been like, "And this is for George Floyd," and then lit him, and people would have been like, "Ooh, yay!"
probably, dude, if he would have been like, this is for George Floyd,
Yeah,
Trayvon Martin, everyone that died, Black Lives Matter.
yeah, exactly.
It would have
They
been
would
no
have been
big
like,
deal.
"Yay!" cheering him. They would have put
Yeah.
him on their shoulders and carried him down the river.
Oh yeah. Or, if he had been, I wonder if he could have gotten away with it if he was a black guy.
Oh yeah,
Like,
yeah, true.
because I mean, that's like a ultimate card here. Like nobody gets onto your shit, you know, because then they're gonna feel racist, you know,
Yeah, yeah.
especially if you're like black and trans. Like that's the ultimate trump card.
Yeah,
Uh,
it's retarded.
yeah, that whole situation. You know, I get why people were a little angry, but it wasn't that big of a deal. It's not like he was setting fire to anything. It was just a few firecrackers.
No, they probably went to the river to get angry. They probably got angry down the river. That's something else.
Yeah, well, all those chicks that were there were like feminists and stuff, and not good looking, not good bodies. The chick that got the most pissed off was actually probably the best looking out of the bunch.
Hmm.
Okay body, not nothing really to write home about. Body covered up in tattoos and shit. Not a great face, just meh. So
Yeah, I don't know
they
when
were
all
all.
that tattoo shit got so popular. I don't have any tattoos, but I don't know when all those body sleeves and like full.
Well, up
I
here
don't know
it's
when
like
that.
up here in the Pacific Northwest, dude. It's almost like you're a freak if you don't have tattoos. And I think it's kind of getting that way everywhere now. And like the other day, I talked about getting that Van Damme tattoo, and then I was like, why? Like today, I was just thinking about it. I was like, why? Why go and get that? Like everybody's got a tattoo. I might as well be one of the few that don't. You
And
know?
like people find it attractive or something, but I don't think they're attractive on women. And guys, I don't give a shit about what they look like, so they
Yeah.
can fucking cut their
No.
face off. I don't care. But
Yeah, there. I don't.
so,
I don't think tattoos. I think tattoos on women, unless it's like just a couple little discreet ones or something like that. If a chick is getting like tattooed everywhere, to me that's a red flag. That's like this person's got some mental issues because they're like.
yeah,
I feel like tattoos are a means to hide something. And I've heard like
yeah,
some psychologists say this before. They start backing off because you know tattoos were popular and it's my body and art and yada yada yada. But I feel like for the most part, people that get a lot of tattoos are, um, especially women. Not dudes necessarily. I think it's just something you guys think are cool and
yeah.
badass.
I
But
just don't get it. Just like I don't get foot fetishes. Like
yeah,
I mean, I get it that they get off, but I don't really get it. Same with tattoos. It's like outside of my wheelhouse. It just
yeah.
doesn't do it for me.
No, like I look at tattoos, like tattooed women, and just think like, man, you're like destroying
They
your
fucked it
body.
up.
You have to do it. Yeah, you fucked it up, dude. You had it, and especially when they have like a good body. And I noticed something that usually it's first it's the tattoos, and then they add a bunch of piercing,
Yeah,
and then they're
and then their
doing
hair
weird
gets
shit
chopped.
with, yeah, exactly. They're doing weird shit with their hair, and then all of a sudden, you know, they think that it looks cute and stuff, but once you hit like 30, 35, 40, you look like a monster. You look
Yeah,
used up, washed up. You look like you went and served like a bunch of time in prison, all because you wanted to express yourself. And no guy, no quality guy finds chicks with tattoos attractive. I just, everyone that I know, you typically likes their women feminine. They don't want someone who's out trying to get covered up and stuff. Uh, just gross. Like a couple of tattoos are fine, but when they're getting those sleeves and getting their tits covered,
no, it just became so popular. I don't know when it happened. It must have been on like a different planet when it happened.
yeah, I think it's just been because of shows and stuff. I think
Where are people getting the money for all this? It's fucking expensive.
oh yeah. Well, and that's another thing. It was like, dude, like I asked my cousin how much it would be for what I wanted because she gets a lot of tattoos, and she was like probably about 400 bucks, and I was like, fuck that.
Oh, that's
You know,
cheaper than I thought. I thought you were gonna say like 700 or 800 bucks.
I mean, it depends on the artist, but she said that it would probably be about 400. But it's like, you know what I could do with 400 bucks?
I know.
I could get that's a plane ticket to somewhere for the most part. I could get a ticket to Disney World, or to Florida, and another $400. That's a Disney vacation for me, you know, for a weekend. But yeah, I think it's a waste of money, and especially the people like keep getting them and keep getting them because I mean, getting your whole sleeve and shoulder done, that's got to be at least a few $1,000s in work. So
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Yeah, just a lot of money. But I guess
yeah,
to each their own.
yeah, yeah. Guess if you get the money. What about? Did you ever have any piercings or anything?
Oh no, no, never really wanted any. Never got
Yeah,
into them.
I'd I got like my ear pierced when I was younger, like 15, but it was with a safety pin. You
Oh.
Girlfriend did it, and it started getting infected, and I was like, "Fuck this!" So I took it out. Then another girlfriend paid for me to get my tongue pierced and stuff, and I was just like, "Okay, I'll try it." Did it? Didn't wasn't a fan. We broke up like 2 weeks later or something like that. She wanted the thing back. She was like, "I paid for that," and I just tossed it in the garbage. I was just like, "Fuck you."
What
Just
she
put it
wanted
in
you
my
like?
garbage.
She wanted you to eat her out more with it.
Well, that's why she originally got it. She had her tongue pierced, and she was like, "Oh, it feels really good." Blah, 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 blah. And so I was like, "Oh, okay, I'll try it." And for me, it wasn't. I thought it looked really gay. So
Yeah, it was for a guy.
yeah,
I think
yeah, I thought
that's
it
how
looked
I was
really
brought up.
gay. Yeah, I just thought it looked gay. And I only had it in for like a week or two, and I didn't like it. I thought it was stupid, gay, and I haven't had a piercing since. I've had offers. I've had people say, like my ex-wife, she was like, "You should gauge your ears. You've got the perfect ears for it." And it was like, "Why would I want to do that? Why? Like, why would I
Yeah,
want to get my ears stretched? I'm never doing anything like that." And just to make someone, especially to make someone else happy. If it made me
but
happy, then
you
fine,
could have gotten forehead bobs.
probably,
You're stopping at 3. If you would have got gauged ears, you could have got 4. You're on your way,
probably.
man.
I don't know. I think, especially being in Portland, it's now unique to just be a regular person. You know, everybody's got piercings, everybody's got tats, and all the women are dyeing their hair strange colors. Like a couple of years back, I mean, maybe I just didn't notice, but there wasn't so many chicks, and I'm not opposed to it, but to me, it's just like the warning label of a feminist is basically like having blue hair, you know?
That or
And
that undercut hair where it's like
yeah,
half their head
and
shaved.
that's all I'm seeing nowadays. That's all I'm seeing is just like a bunch of feminists. And like it's gotten so bad. I've seen a few chicks with unshaved armpits and stuff, but now I'm seeing them like everywhere. And it's just ugh, so gross. So gross. Because they
So
don't shave their cooters.
yeah. I mean, I can do with unshaved cooter. I could
Yeah.
do the armpit hair. I could do leg hair if she's hot enough.
Yeah, if she's
If the
hot
other
enough.
features are together enough, I could like a Kelly LeBrock. If she was like, I didn't shave my legs, I'd be like, I don't care as long as you're giving me entrance.
Yeah, but the problem is that the chicks that actually do that shit don't take care of themselves.
Yeah, yeah. The Roseanne bars.
Yeah, exactly. That's what they look like. They look like a butchy Roseanne bar. Yeah, pretty. I will never, ever, ever date anyone like that. I mean, I don't think I'll ever date again.
That's why I'm scared
Hopefully.
to get married because you can get married to them looking one way and then they
Hmm.
could change and look another way.
Oh yeah. And they always, you always see you can find it before and after marriage, um, pictures of like women, and a lot of them just let themselves go to shit. Like as soon as they feel like they got the guy and stuff, especially if they have a kid or two, they'll usually just like gain all this weight and don't take
No,
care of
guys do too.
themselves. Yeah,
Guys
guys
do
do
too.
too. That's what happened to me
That's why I'm waiting for the sex spots.
because she'll never change.
Well, because I don't know. I feel like yeah, I don't know. Sex needs to be removed from a lot of things. It needs to be shouldn't be part of marriage and relationships.
Yeah, well, I think once you remove sex from the relationship starts to go downhill really quick. And I think
No, that's
if
fine.
yeah, I mean if there was no sex though, I don't think there'd be any relationships really, or if there was
Yeah,
alternatives.
maybe I kind of want I just want sex to be not this thing where I have to like take a girl out and then like be with her and then having sex with some kind of unsaid promise that I'm going to stay around and like I just want
Yeah,
it
or like
outsourced. I want it to be like where I vacuum my apartment. Like I
yeah,
just vacuum and I'm fucking done. That vacuum was what it needed. And I was vacuumed and now it looks better. So I don't know. I want sex to be
yeah,
the same.
where you don't have to work for it. 'Cause
Well, just so I can
that's
get out, I can just keep it as I can compartmentalize that as it is. Because now, like sex, like if I don't want to jerk off, which gets boring, you know that.
yeah,
Uh, if you don't want that, you basically have to sacrifice your entire life. You're gonna be living in a house that you didn't maybe even fucking want. You're gonna have a bunch of kids that you might not even want. You're gonna have to do all kinds of shit. just because you want to get laid. So it's kind of, I just want to outsource that to a product where I can just
See,
have a sex doll and then.
yeah, I'm kind of on the same page, except for I just want to outsource it to prostitutes. I feel like that's
That'd
the
be
way
good,
to
but
go
then
for me.
fucking diseases and stuff, man. I don't want
Yeah,
any kind of like cornflake looking Johnson because I got some disease.
that's why you wear rubber.
Yeah, but those aren't 100%.
Yeah, I guess you're probably right about the sex bot. We just need to be patient.
That's what I'm counting on when I'm like 80 or 90. Some like good ones then, or like maybe it won't be that. It'd be like some kind of virtual reality where it stimulates me at the same time or something. But
Yeah, like you could easily just that. I mean, that would probably be more realistic, where they would probably have like a real doll type thing. That way you could feel the body, as you're doing it, but then you have a virtual reality going on,
yeah,
to make it intense.
virtual reality, since the body's not moving, it had to be a virtual reality of a dead body or an unconscious body, which is fine. That'll work. That'll get the job done.
True that. I don't know. Yeah, I'm just gonna have to get used to just jerking off for a while. It's gonna be hard.
It kind of sucks, but it doesn't at the same time. It sucks if you get too pent up, but if you kind of keep taking care of it, it's okay.
And
But yeah,
so
you
you're
get too
basically,
fed up where you're just what?
oh, so you're basically saying just give myself a treat every day.
Yeah, it's just if you kind of like ignore it and it gains too much, like if it gets built up too much, where you just want to like fuck anything, you're like that tree hole looks pretty good. Yeah, that's you just got to watch out for that. You got to take care of it before, just like when you get hungry, like you got to
Yeah,
eat before you're starving. Otherwise, you fuck it all up. You get too hungry and you
eat
eat
too
way
much.
too much. Yeah,
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, you said your jerk off record is five, right? Five in a day.
yeah. I can't
Yeah,
ever get that six to come around. It just kind of you can stay hard, but yeah,
you just
nothing comes
yeah.
out.
Well, I mean, do you space it out throughout the day? Like maybe if you started at like as soon as you woke up. So let's say hypothetically you wake up at 8 a.m. Get a nut, and then at 10 o'clock get one, then
No,
noon.
that's how I've tried it. That's how I've tried it, but and I don't take on my record very often, but occasionally I try to break that, and I can't do it. I try, but maybe one day. Although nothing happens, then if I get six, then the new goal is seven. It doesn't really you don't really achieve anything, but it's fun to try occasionally on a day. Kind of like it's fun
Yeah,
to like take a day and like fuck it, I'm gonna stay in bed all day kind of thing. Like it's just a have an event every now and again.
yeah. I mean, everybody does it from time to time. That especially if that's all you have to do,
Yeah, yeah.
or you just
Well,
get those urges. I don't know.
I don't know. It's just something to do. Just like some days you just like fuck all and you just eat like everything you want in a day. You just like take a day. It's like today's gonna be a fucking eat everything. I don't care what it is. Whatever I want.
Mm.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah,
Maybe other people don't do that.
I mean, I had a few of those days during COVID.
Oh, okay. There you go.
Yeah,
Well, dude, I bought a Baywatch on Blu-ray. I told you that it came out on Blu-ray.
yeah. I think you mentioned it. How much was it?
120, 9 seasons. It
And
doesn't
that's worth
include Baywatch Hawaii. It what?
that's worth it.
Yeah, it's not bad. Man, it looks real good. I was surprised at the quality, like how it looked. Like it was real crisp. It's like holy shit.
Yeah, I gotta get that. That's now gonna be on my shopping list, I think. But I gotta get the Batman series back because I needed some money. I had to pawn it, and then I
No,
lost. Yeah,
no, no.
yep, yep.
Oh man.
But I'll just get the cheaper box series. I mean, I didn't really need the playing cards and the book and
Oh
the
yeah,
whole.
yeah. You got the Ultra. Yeah, get the one that I
Yeah,
got. The one I got was cheap.
Yeah, I don't need all that fancy shit. It just takes up space,
Yeah.
and it's like $100 or $50 more. That's not worth it.
Yeah, and the one I got is really nice. It just didn't have all the extra. Would just have like a poster and like all kinds of.
It just had like a book with pictures and stuff, and like some playing cards. The little car replica thing, like a Matchbox car, and I
So
think
how
that's
much did
about
you get for it?
it. Not much, man. Not enough to justify losing it.
I don't know. You even get 20 for it?
Yeah, I think I got 25.
I was gonna say the resale on those things is just not that great.
No, I mean, I guess I got it for like 75, so I took a $50 hit, but it is what it is. The only reason I lost it was because I ended up moving here, and so I wasn't able to stop and get it. But it's fine.
Dang.
I can watch it for free right now on like Pluto or something. So
Yeah, I
same
think it
thing
used to
with
be on
Baywatch.
Roku or something.
Yeah, it is. So I mean, for now, I'll I can watch episodes and stuff. Same thing with Baywatch, I think.
Yeah, I'm on season 8. I'm cruising, man. I'm almost. Well, there's like 11, including Hawaii, but I'm getting there.
Nice.
I watch it with lunch and dinner.
Yeah, is the theme song the same throughout all the seasons?
Yeah, but they in season 8 they changed the like the scenes, like the cut scenes that they show. They
Yeah.
mix it up. Show's fucking hilarious. It's kind of like Batman. Like Mitch is fucking funny. Like some of the scenes, I don't know. It can be really funny. Um, but
And
now that I got the Blu-ray, I guess maybe I'll do some stroking. Usually I just eat dinner and watch it.
yeah, I think I'm gonna look at into that because I probably could find it on eBay for a little bit cheaper.
Well, I'm sure. Well, it just came out, so I don't know. The prices might be high right now. I don't know, but
Yeah, still worth it.
about that, and then I bought the Friday the 13th Blu-ray box set recently of like all, huh?
Mhm. I was saying nice. What's your favorite Friday the 13th?
And actually, when I was looking at it, I don't think I've seen them all because I got the box set. I was like, oh man, I've seen them all. The one in New York and Jason X is a good one. I need to rewatch the first one. I watched the first one in fucking forever, and I can't
Yeah,
remember if I know the first one or if I just remember the second one. But yeah, I like the Manhattan one or New York one or whatever it was called.
yeah,
But they had it on like a discount. It was $100. I was like, well, I'll go in on it.
yeah. I mean, it's not a bad set. I used to have just the DVD set, and um, I mean, it's not a bad series. I think Corey Feldman's in one of them.
Yeah, I don't
And
remember.
then, yeah, he plays like a Tommy Jarvis kid, a kid named Tommy Jarvis. And then in I think I want to say the fifth one, he's not in it, but it's the same character, Tommy Jarvis and stuff. They shift focus onto him.
Hmm.
Have you ever
I
seen
bought them.
Oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say I'm gonna watch them for Halloween. I kind of bought them in anticipation of October.
Yeah, that'd be a good series. Have you ever seen Sleepaway Camp? I think it's called Sleepaway
Oh
Camp.
hell yeah, yeah,
Where where it's like
yeah,
revealed to be a tranny.
yeah. It's awesome. I love the ending with that scream, like or that face.
Yeah. Yeah, and the most hilarious thing is like a few years back, people were getting pissed off in the horror community about it because it was basically making transgender people look like psychopaths, and it's
It
just
just
a movie.
means you can be a psychopath no matter your orientation or your
Yeah,
whatever
well, and also
gender.
that boy was being forced to be a girl, so
Yeah, that was a good one. I saw the second one. I don't think I saw the third one though.
hmm. Yeah, I haven't seen the second one either. Yeah, that was a good movie though. I went through like a really big '80s slasher phase for a bit. I was just gobbling them up, just anything that I could find. Like, uh, the original My Bloody Valentine or whatever it was called. All these movies, I can't even remember the titles of some of them.
It's because '80s was awesome. '80s had a lot.
Yeah, yeah,
You ever see Tourist Trap?
I think so. Maybe.
Okay, yeah, I like that one. But I'm also that's I'm partial to movies that have mannequins in them.
Mm, yeah.
They could
Ugh,
win me over. You just got to put a mannequin in a movie and it'll win me over pretty quick.
yeah.
Could be Fast and Furious 12. They'll have a mannequin involved, and I'm like, yeah,
It'll be Vin Diesel and his mannequin girlfriend.
dude, that'd be. Oh man, you're speaking my dreams here.
Actually, that'd be pretty good. He's just carrying around
It
a
would.
mannequin throughout the movie.
They should make so many that they get to the point that they're doing that. They're like having a Fast and Furious remake of the mannequin movie.
Yeah, well, their plots are extremely ridiculous. The action sequences are so ridiculous. They might as well just, add in a mannequin
Well, you heard in this
instead of
ninth one they go into space, right, with cars.
what?
Yeah, yeah, and they take their cars into space in the ninth.
No
It's
way.
awesome. Yeah, no, it's I've seen little clips. It's awesome because they are getting that out there. I mean, pretty soon they're going to be like people are joking online about Fast and Furious 10. They're going to go back to like the Jurassic Park or something, fight
Weird.
dinosaurs with their cars and stuff.
I mean, that would probably make the franchise better.
No, it's hilarious. I love that they're getting so like. I mean, they're watchable and they're so over the top, but they should go way out there to like,
Mix it
yeah,
up.
like Avengers kind of like multiple worlds and time travel and shit.
Yeah, with fucking Vin Diesel playing just this regular street racer from the hood, having all these extraordinary events happening to him. And the way he talks, it just doesn't make him sound that intelligent.
No,
Like just yeah, yeah. I mean, the series was unbelievable pretty much from the start, but at least it was somewhat believable in the first one, and then they just started going out there.
but I mean, he's smart because he like uses people's suggestions on Reddit and Twitter and stuff. Like he listens to the fans, and then he makes some movies based on kind of shit that they've said that they want, which is smart, I guess, if because
So
people are
maybe
still seeing them.
so maybe it'll be Fast and the Furious and Jurassic Park next time.
Maybe that'd be awesome. I mean, how many other
Yeah,
movies are there? Nine of them,
yeah. I mean,
and a
they
spinoff,
could afford to
Hobbs
make
and
their own.
Straw.
Yeah, I haven't seen that.
It's good, but it gets weird at the end when The Rock gets all Samoan. Like he goes back to his hometown or home village, and it gets
Mm.
all I don't know. It gets weird the way he starts acting.
Does he talk with like
Samoan
a
pride.
accent?
No, it's just all this Samoan pride kind of stuff. Kind of like if you watch like Black Panther, and when Black Panther fights that other guy on the cliffside, and they're all doing their little African dance, and you're kind of like, why? What are they trying to like? It's kind of like that. Like it's like Samoan pride, but it's kind of I don't know.
Over the
It's just I don't know. Yeah, not distasteful, but it's just like I don't know. It's weird. But yeah, it's pretty good. Otherwise, although the chicken, it's not very hot, or I didn't think so. I think they could have done better on that avenue.
Yeah, I'll have to take a look. I was gonna watch it because I figured it might be like Tango and Cash, but
I mean, nobody can be Tango and Cash,
no.
but it kind of does try to be like that a little bit, but because those two originally didn't get along at all, and actually I think it starts out where they still don't get along, but
What the Rock and the other
Statham,
dude?
yeah, yeah. Well, in the earlier movies, they're like serious enemies, and then I think it kind of gets to the point where they're what would the word be?
Respecting each other.
No, not even that. But where you can at least be in the same room, you can be around each other and not kill each other. um,
Yeah, if you're gonna do a buddy cop type of movie, you got to make it all the way. Like at the end they're just high fiving each other and doing all that shit. Not to where they're just like, now we can tolerate each other. It's got to be all or nothing. Like Tango and
Ugh,
Cash. By the end of
hang
Tango
on,
and Cash,
guys.
they love each other. And they're giving each other a gay ass high five at the end.
Yeah, they should blow each other at the end. That'd be the
Yeah,
best.
we did it.
Dude, it'd be the best because you'd put like cameras in the theater to see all the guys' reactions. They'd be like, "What the? No! Hey, no! Stop! No! Don't do it! No!"
Dude, that would be fucked up. That would ruin the whole movie.
I know it'd be hilarious. Oh,
Yeah, that movie would not be as popular as it is now.
oh. And that's why none of my books sell.
Because you make stupid ass endings like that.
Because I would think it's funny just to to subvert somebody's expectations like that. Like the joke would be for me, not even them.
Yeah, I could see that. Because I mean, it's fun. I mean, I like your style, so obviously, we got kind of the same sense of humor. But yeah, it's kind of like in basketball, where have you seen that movie?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, at the end where they're like, making up at the at the Hawaiian whatever, the porch or whatever, and they're like, dude, dude, and then they start like making out in front of everyone.
Oh, did they?
Yeah.
I don't remember.
Well, I don't know. I remember it because my brother and I started busting up laughing when we saw it.
Well, and they're better about that. Like the South Park guys are better about writing like things that are hilarious, but it's also like a social commentary.
Yeah.
And like they're ridiculous, but somehow it fits. Like I don't know. I write it and it's just ridiculous, and people might not even know why. And it doesn't make any kind of commentary. It doesn't mean anything. It doesn't try to like enlighten you or like give credit to somebody or like I don't know. It's just retarded. Oh, what are you doing today? Oh, you said your kids are coming. Hello? All right, folks. Well, we lost Zordon Monsanto here. Now we're just back to the Dick Show, as it should have always been. Just about me
Okay. Can you
talking
hear me?
about what. Oh, damn! You're back. I was going on with the Dick Show.
Yeah.
All
Yep.
right.
I'm back.
Okay.
But
Sorry, listeners. We're back to the normal formula.
but um, yeah, I think your stuff could fit on Adult Swim pretty well.
I don't even know about any of that.
Yeah. Well, anyways, man, is there any last thing you want to talk about before we end this, or?
No, not really.
All
Your
right.
kids on the way?
Yeah, they should be here like soon, so I
See,
should
I
probably
feel
get
like
off.
we should have done this. We should do this like after your kids leave, when you can like release all the pent up. I feel like you're kind of like your kids are coming, so you're changing your mindsets, adapting, getting prepared.
Nah, no, like we'll do another one next week, but I'll just probably do it while they're eating lunch or something, playing a
We
video
got to do
game.
them once they leave, when you can like finally like fuck it balls nigger and this and that. Like just to release all your everything out.
All right, then we'll do the next one around. They leave around July 16th, so we'll just do the next one after that, I guess.
Damn. Okay. Well, good luck being the dad, doing the dad stuff.
Yeah. I don't know if I get bored, man. I'll see if you want to do another one, but um, yeah, if not, then we'll just wait until they're gone and But anyways, I'm gonna let you go, and
All right.
until next time, Chief.
See you.
See ya,
All
nigga.
right. Adios.